Alright, hello everyone, I'm back, and this time we will be doing a very small set. This is the 501st Clone Trooper Battle Pack. Comes with 4 Clone Troopers, and it's a miniaturized version of the AV7 anti-vehicle cannon. So let's go ahead and get started. This box is pretty small. It has a commemorative emblem on here for the 20th year of Clone Wars. And let's go ahead and build. So there are 2 bags. Actually, there's 3. So we have the instruction manual, which is just that that gray background. So let's go ahead and get started. I suppose I could probably go ahead and dump all these bags out at once. There we go. So, let's go ahead and build the officer. So it's not this one, it's this one. Let me make sure that all these are correct. Okay, so yes, this is the officer. And then are all helmets the same? Let's see. Looks like it. So actually they're not. Some of them have a little extra printing on them. So this one looks like it's supposed to be the one without extra printing. Okay, so let's and then I think the rangefinder is supposed to be in this paper bag. Yeah. So that's all that was in that bag. Then we can go and get the rangefinder. And then he is given a pistol. So here's the officer. No print on the shoulders or arms. That's what he looks like. So I'll set him to the side. And then we have 2 heavy troopers. So all these legs are the same. Not yet. We need the other torso. Here we go. So here's what the back of the torso looks like for the heavy troopers. Although that won't be entirely visible because we're putting something on the back. And then these helmets do have that extra little bit of detail. So we'll go into the other one as well. And put the other part of the helmet on. There we go. And then we can put their blasters on, which is, it's one of these blasters with a little binocular piece on there, like so. And then both heavy troopers have that. Other blaster at. It's right here. So these are what the heavy troopers look like. As you can see. And then here's the back. And now we have the specialist. So this one does have the extra marking on the torso. Along with, I put the wrong helmet on one of them. 1 second. Yeah. This one is supposed to go on here. It's those lines on the top. I don't know if you can see, but those belong to the heavy troopers, whereas the regular helmet doesn't have that. Like that. It's just clear on the blue part. There we go. So let's see, we can give him his sniper. And then we can give him his visor. which you can see right there. Those markings on the chest is what I was talking about. That's the only difference between this one and the officer's torso. And then the visor flips down like so. And that's what he looks like. And that's what he looks like from the back. And then his rifle is typical rifle with a attachment on the front. But this rifle without the attachment is what a lot of clone troopers use for their rifles. And since there's another pistol that I see here, I guess I can give that to the other officer, and he can dual wield. So I guess he's kind of like an ARF Trooper. Okay. So now that we're done with the minifigures, let's go ahead and start on the cannon. Okay, so we have a 1x4. After we're done with this, I can compare the this miniature one with the full-scale one, or the bigger one, which was released years ago. I think around 2015, probably, somewhere around then. So we have these teeth here. So here's the other one. Then two 1x1 snot pieces. And now we're making the gunner mount. Right here, you can kind of see that'll go through the pilot's legs. Okay, so now we're making the legs. Okay, so there's two of the legs. And these ones go on this side. Like so. So these are the legs. So it looks like these are just the exact same as the others. I don't know why they wouldn't have just said ×4, but I guess maybe they just needed to add a few more pages in the instruction manual to justify it being, to justify having it like that. Here's another slope. This is what the leg looks like before. It's held onto the main hull with a claw, like that. And then it grabs on to here. So these are all 4 legs attached. And now we're making the main cannon. Now we need 2 studs. Yeah, for some reason these studs are also, they also have holes in them. I don't know if LEGO just started doing that for every single stud, or if it's just certain ones. It does kind of make me wonder. Alright. So now we have another rod receiver, like so. Then we just have to put the smooth pieces on top. A vent on the side. A 2x2 slot. Like so. we get a fin and a stud. Like so. And then we repeat on the other side. With a stud here as well. As you can see. And then we have to put 2 connectors on here so that it can attach to the legs. Right there. So that's what we have so far. We can move somewhat, although not too much. So now we can make the actual cannon. Got a rod. Put a washer on. And another washer. More washer, and then this bigger washer. And that is the cannon, and it'll go right in here, like so. So this is what we have. We can move slightly up and down. And that's it. That is the entire that's the entire set. You have 2 spring-loaded missiles, and the cannon can hold 1 at a time, like that. So then we can sit the officer down. And set him like that. There we go. Here's the officer. And we have quite a few extra pieces in here as well. Namely all the visors and rangefinders for the clones. You can see about half of these actually are those alone. You know, these are the extra pieces here. They're roughly the same size as far as the piles. So, and then we also do have a extra backpack piece with the Republic insignia on it. Then all these visors can be saved in case, you know, one of them falls off or gets lost. So, here's the 501st Clone Trooper Battle Pack. And this is the same AV7 cannon, which was released in a different battle pack. It was the Elite Clone Trooper Battle Pack, I believe. Elite Clone Trooper and Commando droid. It featured a different model of this, but it was still the same vehicle. It had one ARC Trooper, one ARF Trooper, and then 2 commando droids. And then there was also a larger version, which was released a couple years later, I believe. And I can go ahead and show that to you, actually, because I have it built. So that previous AV7 came with Plo Koon, 2 Wolfpack Troopers, and 1 Droidica, like so. Here's the Droidica. And then you have Plo Koon. This one also has a spring-loaded missile launcher right here. So this one has a this one's cannon can also move, but it's done by turning this back here. And it has a lot better of a range of motion, although it can't go as up as some people would like. Although you probably could if you were to take this rod off right here. But for comparison, here's the AV7s side by side. And then additionally, this AV7 actually had the ability to just roll if you were to put all of the legs up. I'll put them up more. Actually, I don't even have to do that. So, as you can see, these legs are straight with the cannon, but there are 2 wheels underneath, so it can roll easy. Although I have something under here blocking that, so let me fix that. There we go. So now it should be able to roll easier. Yeah. This can roll a lot easier. There's also a flick missile on top. A flick missile, and then there are 2 on each side for reloads, like so. These are the Wolfpack Troopers. I will say, I do think I like the helmet design for the Wolfpacks better than the 501st as far as the helmet shape. But, I still do like the 501st model. So, it also has a control panel here for the gunner, as you can see there. And that about does it for this battle pack. At some point I can show the difference between this battle pack and the other AV7 battle pack, but that'll probably be at a later date, probably much later. But I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I will see y'all in the next stream, which will be another Millennium Falcon stream. For Phase 7, we're working on the front portion. We're working on the plating for those 2 fins at the front. So, I hope to see y'all there.